There's a program you need to do this. You could probably do it in other programs, but this one's free. It's called Audacity. And there's the name of it there. If you Google Audacity, you can find it. It might even be audacity.com. Anyway, download it. It's free. And to begin with, this video is going to be about editing the audio videos, or the audio files. So the first thing to do is to open the files, and they're going to be in Dropbox under Authority Marketing, under the BIM interviews. And the first one we're looking at here is Dagny Clark. I'm just showing you this one because I'm going to show you what to do. So if you double click it, it'll bring it up. Typically, an interview will have a beginning to where I'm going to go 3, 2, 1. There'll be a pause, and then the interview starts. And then at the end, it'll stop. And there's usually not much editing in between. The best thing to do for you is to ask me if there's any editing that needs done while talking in the interview. Because typically when I do the interview, if I feel like there's a mess up point or something, I'll write down the timeline, which means, like, let's say I thought something would have happened right around the 10-minute range. So I would have wrote right around 10 minutes there was a problem, and I would let you know. Always be sure to ask me if there's any editing needing done in between. So here's the beginning of it, and you can hear what the editing needs done here. So if you click this skip to start button here and push start, click play. 3, 2, 1. Hello everybody, and welcome to Business Innovators Radio. I am really excited today because I have Dagny Clark with me of Great Lakes Waterproofing. I've had the honor of okay, so you heard the 3, 2, 1, and after that it was good. So I'm going to make this wider so I can kind of drill down and see it. So go over here to the plus sign right here, and if I click that, it widens this out so I can see where I need to clip it. So you can see where this goes 3, 2, 1 right here. So let's double check and make sure that's right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hello everybody. Okay, so that's correct. Let's make it a little bigger. Now if you notice right here, you'll hear me take a breath. I go, I like to take the breath out. So here it is. Hear that? So let's remove it to right there. And if you go to the scissor thing right here, it'll take that out. Now we want the interview to start immediately, so you want very little space in between when the interview starts and to here, because you're going to hear or when it's put on the website, you'll hear music and stuff, and the host is going to go, and here's the radio show, and then boom, starts talking. That's why we don't want much space right here, just very little, like about that is fine. So if I click the play button, you'll hear how quickly it starts. Here we go. Wait a minute. Okay, here we go. Hello everybody, and welcome to Business. See how fast that started? That's how fast we want it to start. Now I'm going to come down here at the bottom, and I'm going to grab this cursor, and I'm going to scroll all the way to the end. And I'm going to make sure, see if there's anything I need to cut off on the end. So let's listen to it from right there. Okay. Well, Dagny, that was one of the most interesting interviews I've had. I thank you for meeting with us. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for having me, Andy.
You betcha. Now, I think I'm going to take off You Betcha at the very end because I want them to have the last word. So we'll cut that off. Okay, now this is ready to go. And most interviews are going to be this easy to do and this quick. So what we do now is we go export it. So we're going to export the audio. And now this is the final version, so we're going to call it Final Interview, and then the person's name. and usually the person's name is what the folder is. So this person's name is Dagny, last name is Clark. Click Save. Then you can see that it's exporting. While it's doing that, it's going to put it over here into Dagny's folder. It'll show up here just a second. Okay, it's not showing the final for some reason. Maybe I didn't put it in the right place. I did not. I put it in my computer. So let's go put it in the Dropbox. Now I have found sometimes, I don't know why, but on Audacity program, this one here, it's kind of hard to find the Dropbox. It may not be on your computer, but it sure was for mine. So when I go here, I'm going to export the audio, and then I need to go to desktop, and then I go to my folder name. It's also a system folder. This is where it is for, I don't remember setting it there up, but that's where it is. And then there's Dropbox right there. And then there's Authority Marketing, BIM Interviews, Business Innovator Magazine Interviews. And then there's Dagny Clark. And let's just change the word raw to final. And we'll click OK. That's putting in, we should, yeah, there it is showing up right there. Now, okay, here it is in Dropbox. Now I like to click on it and just hear the beginning and the very end to make sure that's correct. That's always good to follow up. Hello everybody and welcome to Business Innovators Radio. Okay, the beginning's right. Here's the end. Hello everybody and welcome.
Waterproofing.com.
Okay. Well, Dagny, that was one of the most interesting interviews I've had. I thank you for meeting with us. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for having me, Andy.
Hello everybody and okay, that's good to go. I just want to stress one more time that when you get the interviews, be sure to ask me if there's any stuff that needs taken out, or if it's just, you know, in the middle, or if it's just the beginning and end you need to worry about. Typically, it's going to be the beginning and end you'll have to trim, just like I showed you here. But again, we need to communicate to make sure there's nothing in between that needs to be taken out. And if there is, I will give you the timelines. Hopefully I will have remembered to do that. If not, you'll have to go look for it. But that's what it takes to edit the audio interview. If you have any questions, be sure to ask.